What's up, guys? My name is Christian.
Carlos.
Josh. This is trtboxing.
This is our Cotto Pacquiao aftermath video. Well, exciting fight, although didn't expect to end that way at all. Yeah, Pacquiao deserved it. He was way too much for Cotto. All those punches, he was obviously stronger. I have no idea how. But just congrats to Pac, and yeah, nothing else to say.
Well, the biggest doubt in the fight was that Pacquiao could bring up his power into the welterweight, to a true welterweight, and if he could take the punches of a true welterweight, and that was one of the main factors in the fight for me. It wasn't Pacquiao's speed that dominated Cotto. Later rounds, yes, but in the beginning of the fight, Cotto took it to him. He was hitting with great shots, great left hooks. His jab was snapping his head back, and Pacquiao walked right through everyone.
Yeah, I want to start by saying this before I say anything. I mean, I do have to admit I never gave Pacquiao the respect he deserved. He's the wins against Hatton and De La Hoya were never kind of good enough for me to be like, okay, he can take on a welterweight. Then when the fight starts, first round, I started thinking, okay, maybe he's going to have a couple problems. But I was still surprised at how he was taking Cotto's jabs. Then as the round started going, and then when we get the first knockdown, which it was actually, it could have been a slip, but when we got that, then I started thinking, okay, then his power is no joke. His power is actually there.
The second knockdown was a true show of Pacquiao's power.
Which Cotto has never been knocked down like that before. He's been, with Torres, he was pushed down more than knocked down. He's actually never been knocked down with the shots to the face and wobbled him down. And then pretty much he was wobbled the entire fight. And I already knew Pacquiao had that speed coming, but I was very impressed with, like Josh said, with his chin. I mean, this guy could take it, and his ribs. This guy was taking his body shots and face shots like nothing. And a jab that took down Claudio, and couldn't take out Pacquiao. That was pretty intense.
That was one interesting thing. Pacquiao, in several rounds, a few times stood there like Claudio did, hands up, just stood there and took Cotto's body punches. And I'm guessing it was just Roach's and Pacquiao's idea of just fucking with Cotto and just, you know, making him think, okay, you can't hurt me, which in that fight he couldn't hurt him at all. Yeah. Pacquiao took every single punch, and then later, Pacquiao just dominated him. First knockdown, not really a knockdown. Second knockdown, that was a true knockdown. With Cotto being wobbled, you could tell he's out on his feet. If it hadn't been towards the end of the round, Cotto probably would have been knocked out that round. Later in the fight, Cotto seemed to wobble Pacquiao once, but it was with a left hook or left jab or something, and he didn't go after him.
I don't think he even noticed it. I think he just hit him and then stayed back.
Because by that point, Cotto was already tired. He was tired by the 5th or 6th round, and he didn't do much after that. He ran, and to us, we commented on each other during the fight that even though Pacquiao is a smaller guy, it looked like the Margarita fight.
Yeah, I mean, I was so surprised that Pacquiao was putting all the pressure in there, and Cotto back with his backpedaling. Something that, I mean, I was a little impressed sometimes with Cotto being able to dodge every single, a lot of Pacquiao's shots, considering that Pacquiao's so fast, which it was great, but it sucks when you're dodging like that and not countering. So he was dodging and then backing up, which it looked good, but it's just in the defensive style, nothing offensive coming in there.
And Pacquiao is officially now, pound for pound, no question, Mayweather.
Nothing. Well,
Mayweather, he hasn't been active enough. He hasn't fought the welterweights. Pacquiao just beat the #1 welterweight. Exclude Shane Mosley, but
Go ahead.
Exclude Shane Mosley from that equation. Beat Margarito, because Cotto beat Mosley. It's a toss-up between those two. But Cotto has fought the true welterweight champs, and he's the #1 welterweight. Pacquiao just beat him.
That's one thing.
He broke the record too. The 7 titles. Well,
that's one thing I said before the fight. Depending on the outcome of the fight, either Cotto's way or Pacquiao's way, it would show if Mayweather was ever going to take the fight or not. Right now, Pacquiao TKO's Cotto. He knocked down Cotto twice, and I am almost positive Mayweather would not take a fight with Pacquiao. Way too dangerous right now to take a fight with Pacquiao. I mean, it's just too much. This is a guy that was outboxing mostly. This is a guy that dropped Cotto with a jab. A guy that everyone said, well, before the Margarito fight, that Mayweather would have a lot of trouble with. A guy that a lot of people still think that Mayweather ducked, and he just got completely destroyed by Pacquiao. So I don't. If everyone keeps on talking about the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, I really don't think Mayweather would take a fight with Pacquiao. Way too dangerous. Way too much.
It's a fight that I still think Mayweather can win because when Cotto showed his defense, he could actually dodge the punches and block in a few of them. He'd throw his right hand up, block, and turn his shoulder. But Mayweather doesn't leave himself open when he's trying to exchange. Cotto has that pride. He was trying to exchange with me. He was getting hit a few times. So I still think Mayweather's it's a fight he could take, but he's going to be thinking twice about it, especially since he said he would knock out both Pacquiao and Cotto. Mayweather wouldn't come close to knocking out either. So, but a great fight.
In the end, I still saw Cotto that he could go all the way to the 12th round, but yeah,
no, that's what I was going to say.
It was going to be pointless.
I feel he should have been. It could have been stopped in the 10th. Yeah. Maybe even earlier. I mean, I didn't want it to stop, and I was thinking maybe Cotto can come out, but
the 12th round stoppage was probably just stupid because if you're going to stop it then when they're actually exchanging, Cotto's looking okay. Why not stop it earlier when he was just backing away the whole time? But right now, just pretty much Pacquiao Mayweather, and is Cotto going to fight Margarito or?
Well, that was going to be my next one for you guys. What's Cotto going to do now? I personally feel another loss for Cotto is way too much. Definitely a loss like this. If you guys look at his face, it didn't look that far away from the Margarito fight. So
his face is exactly the same. He is beat up, he's bloody.
And now you're saying that makes me think that what if Margarito didn't use it? Now what if Margarito didn't have to use the plaster or not?
Oh, well, that's another story because Margarito wasn't hitting Cotto as much as Pacquiao was hitting him.
And to go in another hard fight like that against Margarito who beat him up the first time, that'd be almost 4 fights in a row, excluding the Jennings fight that he's getting beat up.
I personally think that this time I can easily see a Cotto. I wouldn't be surprised if Cotto comes out and says he's going to retire. It's another big loss. He was pretty beat up, and whoever he fights next, which would probably be for him to get a big fight, it's going to have to be Margarito for sure. So if he fights Margarito next,
I still have faith in him for that fight to win it, but
he can still win it. But I mean, I just think this is another hard loss that's going to bother him for a while. So,
yeah. Well,
nothing else to say, but congrats to Pacquiao breaking the world record on the 7 titles.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's a big deal.
Hopefully, welterweight champion, number 1. Hopefully, see him against Mayweather soon.
Hopefully, he gets a Mayweather fight.
Hopefully, he gets a fight.
Look forward to our next video. Probably gonna be Paul Williams versus Martinez, December 5th.
All right. Well, thank you.